Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into the crew exclusive. Drive the line. Sorry, I'm trying to turn the TV on mute here. Good to see you. All right. This is all about the crew, all of us coming together. We'll get some time to let some folks get in here. But we got a lot to talk about. Have some fun doing it. We're gonna talk about the brand, where it sits, what the plans are for some stuff moving forward. All good. It's all in great spot. And quite honestly, I mean, that has to do mostly with you guys. You guys have held this thing down. It's been fantastic. Talk about some games. Really just have some fun. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to drop it in the chat. We can talk about games, sports, your pages, right? If you've got a YouTube page, you got a Twitter page, if you've got anything that you're looking to get some help with, let me know. Done it for a long time. I can definitely help with some stuff. You know what I mean? So, um, Maddie, you getting a hot and ready pizza? Do you go with the regular pepperoni? The normal, what is it like? What is the crust? I guess the pan crust. Is that the one you went with? Good to see you, man. Maddie, good to see you, buddy. Big Tony, good to see you, buddy. Big Brian, good to see you. Adam, my man, good to see you. Big Dan, let's go indeed. Hey, at Western Kentucky, Southern Illinois, man. Chicago Pat, what up, dog? Tina, you sweetheart, how are you? Stuff in there. Yep, dude, just hit him. Nice one, man. Finally got some runs going. You know, it's funny in college baseball. Like, we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. Of what to expect, like, because we're entering the second portion of the season, and you're going to find a lot better results next couple weeks with totals than you are with betting spreads, and absolutely, like, we're getting away from the parlays, and thank God we need to, right? Dude, those are a headache. Look like Florida giving Florida State the first loss, right? Yeah, it's a good game so far, man. You know, it's interesting. Like, Florida's got Florida State tonight, and then open up SEC play at Tennessee this weekend. And Tennessee's very due for a loss. Very due for a loss. That's going to be a heck of a series. Florida's a good baseball team. Lance, what up, dog? Big Zach, good to see you, buddy. As always, good to see you. Man, Pat, I'm happy to be along with it with you, man, and everybody else. Bobby, been combining one money line with one over. You know what? That's a smart play, honestly. Because you're going to see now, and especially during the week, like these Tuesday, Wednesday games, man, you just don't ever know what you're going to get. At least for the next 2-3 weeks or so. It like college baseball is a very consistent sport. It doesn't seem like it. Like, chaos can happen at any moment, but it's a very consistent sport. It just takes a couple weeks to get consistent. You know what I mean? But that's a smart play right there. Stonefish to be Gatlinburg. Oh, nice. Dude, it's so nice up there, man. Man, y'all gonna have a good time. Moonshine, definitely. Definitely. Obby, that's fantastic. Like, drop in, as we go, like what you're playing. It because I mean, I think that we can all learn from you. Myself especially. Like, I would love to. That's a smart strategy, man. I like that a lot. Lose my bets. Man, it's kind of all over the place. Like, Wake Forest looks good. That Notre Dame game, Pitt basketball, that was terrible. That was awful. And those two teams could score too. Like, we saw it when they'd go on runs, but then it would just Sahara Desert die. Bro, see, exactly that right there. Like, 100%, man. Like, we're gonna see we're gonna see we're gonna see that we've got better shots at totals for the next couple weeks. It's gonna be really difficult. There's always just a transition. It's gonna be. They are. They are. Big Randall, look at my boy, man. Randall's been busting it, man. Mims Force One. Our boy's been busy. Seth, what up, doc? Big Christian, what's good, bro? Good to see you, man. Yeah. So like I said, man, we'll oh nice, 5-0 Oklahoma State. We'll let some folks get in here. Don't know how many are gonna come in. And there's no set time, you know. We can go for an hour, we can go for 20 minutes. But yeah, like I said, if anybody has any questions or anything about anything, I'm gonna kind of go through the I'll just start now. Like, so talking about the brand, right? And obviously with the split, all those folks going over there, there was a natural kind of balancing act that we needed to get down, and we did. We actually did it faster than I thought that it would take, right? Just of people having questions of like, oh, what's going on? And again, I'm not doing this to hammer anybody. We haven't said anything about anybody. Like, not interested in that whatsoever. But what I am interested, was getting this thing right. And we were doing a lot of dumb shit in regards to the YouTube algorithm and a lot of stuff like that for a year. And I tried to fight against it, but yeah. So we had to kind of balance that. We had to kind of balance, you know, movement and chaos and all that, which it drives me crazy. But we did that pretty well. So yeah, so we're good. So our numbers are good. They're great actually. And the good, like, here's my vision for it, right? So it's not going to be just me. I assure you on that. Here's the problem. So ran into like I had a big list of people that I want to come in and out. It wasn't always going to be the same people every day, right? Like I want to have a lot of smart, funny, engaging people that are good at what they do. What I found out is that everybody has jobs, So like, for example, like our buddy Ron Slay, right? Former guy, played at Tennessee basketball, played professionally, played overseas. He does radio here in Nashville, but he also calls games and does studio for SEC Network, right? For college basketball. So he was like, man, I'm in. And I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, I'm good on your schedule. But the hard part is like, oh man, I got to fly out, call the Florida game tonight. It's like, okay, like I get it. You know what I mean? So I kind of found out that like a lot of the folks that I had on the list, like they have jobs, you know what I mean? Big ones. So it was like, okay, well, we can work around it. And the workaround is this, right? So all of our NFL folks that we have, like, we're going to use them leading up to the NFL season. And we'll have some of them during the year, right? But guys like Ron Slay, like right now in college basketball, this is the busiest time of the year. No chance. But we'll be able to get, like, he could get down with every single sport. So he was like, look, man, once, SEC basketball and all this stuff is done, he's like, I'm good anytime, multiple times. Come on. So that's kind of how we're doing. And, my plan is to have a good, consistent list of folks. And we'll do that. The interesting thing is like not only people having jobs, but once football season ends, we have time now. Like, so the last thing I wanted to do was rush it. So we've got time to do it, right? Like my focus right now is going to be college baseball guys, Major League Baseball guys. We'll get we can in college basketball. NBA, try to get it there. Definitely got some people lined up for that. But yeah, like no rush on it. You know what I mean? We can handle it for the time being, and it'll be fine. But the big thing now was just kind of get with you guys. Like, that's why the show is going to be good, is that we can talk about everything that's going on, with the brand and what the plan is, and all that. Sorry, man. I get acid reflux really bad. I think I just knocked my microphone off. So that's kind of part of the plan. Now, a couple guess we had like Justin Perry, Jay Smooth, right? So he just started a new job, and me and him have been texting back and forth for a couple weeks. And literally, he's like, dude, the new, like, I can't remember the name of the company he's with. You can find it on his Twitter, but they're wearing him out, like, in a good way. And I was like, bro, you just started over there. Do your thing. You're going to be fine. Same thing with John Bowman, right? So Bowman is doing some stuff with Sports Info Systems. And I was talking with him last night, and he was like, dude, he was like, I just told you I wanted to come on. He's like, I do. He's like, they got me in training for 2 weeks. So I was like, all right, tell you what, I was like, what we'll do is we'll do some pre-record stuff, right? Like we can play it on the show, but it's just not gonna be live. You know what I mean? And he was like, dude, I'm down. Absolutely down. I was like, all right, cool. So it's a this is a funny time because people have jobs. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, anyways, like long story short, like we'll have all of that set up in due time. Don't worry about that. It's not gonna be just me, I assure you. You'll get tired of seeing my face alone. Hold on a second. All right, sorry. So, okay, now, um, let's talk March Madness. So, Zach has put together like all of like our March Madness, the bracket, and all that. So, we're gonna have two. So, we'll have ours. Okay, number one, we'll have our bracket, driving the line, all of that. Zach, um, let us know. I think it's all set up, right? And then we're also gonna pair up with our man Drake, Catching Cash. So his group, the Catching Cash crew, they have one together, and he had texted me a couple days ago. It's like, hey, would you mind like pairing up, and boost up, their page and their followers, subscribers, and not I'm not saying that like negatively. I'm just saying like, so I was like, yeah, of course, dude. Like, yeah, let's do that. Like, I don't mind having two. So we've got prizes and all that stuff set up over there. So I'll put together a graphic that has both and both QR codes, right? And we'll blast the Discord, and Zach's already doing a great job, getting ours out there, right? So we'll get all that set up. But yeah, we'll have two. We'll have ours, and then we'll also have like we're gonna partner up, for Drake and them's, and we'll push that out and get them some new followers, new subscribers, and same thing for over here, right? Um Chris says jobs are overrated. I'm with you there, brother. Dude, I don't know if I could go back and work in an office. Like I could, don't get me wrong, but man, I like doing my own thing. You know what I mean? Casey, hey, Casey, thank you for real. Thank you. Like, thank all of you for real. Like, you all the ones that keep the lights on over here. Uh, but yeah, so that's the March Madness. Enrique, what up, Doc? Good to see you. Yeah, so that is March Madness. What are the detail bracket challenge? You get a trophy. Yeah. So we're gonna have cool prizes. So I think with Catch and Cash crew, I sent him like $250 the other day, and I was like, hey, just put this towards some winners. So there'll be a bunch of cash. They're both of them are free to join for sure. So there'll be a bunch of cash over there. And then Zach, Maddie, I know these guys have been working like crazy, getting some prizes up that we'll have over here too. So you'll definitely want to play both. They're gonna be free. And yeah, winner get a trophy. There's gonna be money on the line, all kinds of cool stuff for sure. So we'll get all that put together so that it's organized and clean, to get them signed up. So that'll be cool. All right, so we've got kind of the show. Yeah, the brand, like it's great. It's in a great spot. I'll tell you this: the big thing is going to be distribution moving forward. Now, let me ask you this: so, there's a line with doing brands like this, and I found it at every single one of them, right? From back at 24/7 Sports, CBS Sports, Sportsline, Early Edge, all of them. That there's a line between like getting links out to you and content and then doing it too much. And so what I mean by that, like with distribution, is um all the ways that we can reach, like you're included in this, but I ain't like include you all. Like I think of you all the same as I think of me. Like that we all like own and push this together. So like when I say we, like That's just, just understand, right? So it's like, all right, so distribution is obviously very important because, you want people watching, clicking on your content, and especially, when it's on, sites like YouTube where it's very algorithmic based, right? Like, I'm definitely interested in growth, obviously, as anyone would be, but it's not my biggest concern, at least right now. However, we always do have to push growth because on YouTube, you're either growing or you're dying. Like, that's how it looks at it, right? So, um, we have to definitely, keep pushing it there. D Bus, first off, thank you. 10-month member. Awesome. Better to categorize baseball with separate bets when looking for overall wins, for example, win the weekend versus win the week or total for. That's a great question. So here's the thing. It, any way is fine. I'll say this. There's a massive difference between the week games and the weekend games. Ole Miss is a great example right now. Not that these teams don't care, but you're going to find that during the week, that is when craziness happens. It just absolute randomness, right? So I would say the best strategy is, and we'll do this all together, is to limit like our risk during the week. Okay, like we're gonna have bets, obviously. Like we're not gonna stop doing that, right? But taking the parlays out of it, working totals down as much as we can, things like that, right? Because it could just be craziness. So I say it to say, yeah, like there's no wrong way to look at it, and they all do come together, but during the week is really hard because that's just when you get your randomness. The weekends get consistent. So as we go, we're gonna kind of get a flow and a feel. To where it's like, all right, we'll place a couple bets during the week and a majority on the weekend. I hope that makes sense. Like, there's no set answer because it's, man, now with like the transfer portal and stuff, it's so different. Like these teams are so different, especially during the week, because you've got these like ranked teams that are gonna throw freshmen. They're gonna throw bullpen guys as starters. They're gonna play guys, start guys at positions that normally don't start. So you're going to see losses like in Ole Miss. Look at Tennessee tonight. Like, very tight game in which, they would normally blast out of the sun. So the answer to your question is that there is no answer yet. It's more we're just going to limit our risk during the week, and we're going to find where our consistent spots are. Because the books are in the same spot too. And they're going to put up totals and stuff later, and they're not going to know either, right? So I know that wasn't the greatest answer, but it's one of those to where it's a feel thing, and we're just going to have to feel this thing out because, I mean, Tennessee's entire baseball team is different this year. The whole team is different except for like 3 dudes. So, what's their strategy going to be during the week compared to the weekend? I don't know. Like, yeah. So great question. It's such a great question that we don't have an answer yet for it. But I would say we focus on winning the weekend because that's where the bulk of our plays are going to come, right? Like we're going to have 15, 16, 7. Like we're going to be around there in terms of that many games. And during the week, we might have 4, 5 max, right? So yeah, for sure. And yeah, parlays and stuff, like those are going to be done. Like we just have to do it in that first part of, the first 3 to 4 weeks. I hate doing it too. And I mean, I like parlays, but like this sport's way too chaotic for parlays. It's too hard. So yeah. Definitely like focusing on winning the weekend is what we want to do just because we'll have 3 times the amount of bets. You know what I mean? Catching up via the hey, so I'll say this. Those guys are in town. First off, Joseph, thank you. Second, Uh, those dudes are awesome. I'm waiting to hear back from Dave. Dave and Matt flew in to Nashville tonight. All right. They're doing a show tomorrow in Kentucky at the Mint. And I told them, I said, you tell me what time. I was like, I'll drive to Kentucky tomorrow after our show and do y'all's, right? And then I think they're going to do some stuff in Nashville during the SEC conference tournament. So, yeah, like, dude, those guys are great. Dude, Matt and Dave are fantastic. So, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated once Dave texts me back. And, yeah, I think the plan is going to be I'm just going to drive to Kentucky tomorrow right after the show and then go up and do their live show. So our 3 p.m. Eastern show tomorrow, like we'll do one. It might be in the corner of a casino. But that actually might make it even better. But I appreciate your kind words, man. And I, dude, I'm with you. I absolutely love those guys, man. Matt and Dave are fantastic, super smart. They have a lot of fun with it, and they've got a great dynamic. Like I love the dynamic and the concept of their show, and those guys work their asses off too. They're constantly Matt, dude. He's constantly busting it, man. Nicodemus, is it worth leaning into stud teams? We like, oh yeah, 100%. Like this goes into the longer scope look at betting college baseball because your teams are going to lose. It's baseball. It's no different than Major League. Like teams are just going to lose. However, like these stud teams, they overall, I mean, you'll see that, you'll see their win-loss records, right? Like they win a lot more. Here's the key. Here is like, if you're looking at like the control, or I guess, like in a hypothesis, right? Is that it's not like the NFL. The hard part is that we don't get every game, so like that's what makes it like betting it even more difficult. Like I always say, anybody that's betting college baseball, like, dude, it is hard as hell, man. Like you just get stuck in these corners. So yeah, like great question. And yes, you're absolutely right. For sure. Come on, Dallas Baptist. Come on. Sorry, I keep looking down. They got 2 on, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Oklahoma State's up 5-0. BVB indeed. I love those guys, man. They're fantastic. Big Prince of Picks, CONCACAF Champions Cup, Tigres, Cruz Azul, the Gulf of Mexico parlay. I love that. Dude, I want to be a casino. Oh my God, me too. So, all right, I'll say this. Like in Tennessee, we have online sports betting, but casinos and all that are illegal. And it drives me like I get it. I was surprised Tennessee for is kind of religious conservative type state. I'm not saying that negatively. I'm just saying like I was surprised Tennessee was one of the early adopters of online sports betting. Like they were smart with it. But like anybody who's been to Nashville, Broadway, and the bottom of Broadway, like by the Titan, you have like the Titan Stadium, the river, and then Broadway, right? If they put a riverboat casino at the bottom of Broadway, it would economically boost everything. But I totally get the issues. I'm with you. I love shooting craps, like table games. Oh man. I love it. Hey, 2-1. Nice job, my dog. Nice job. Great work, man. Look. Boy, the praise. Nice work. Nice. Salute. Well done. Florida State getting spanked. Yeah. Florida's good. Like it's so strange, man. Like that's midweek baseball because every team approaches it differently too. That's also the hard part is that every team approaches it differently. You always got to look at the phone. You have a bet. Oh my God. Oh, Dallas Baptist. Come on, dude. You struck out. Dude, what a selfish hitter. My dad used to yell that at me all the time. You strike out with somebody on base. I mean, he was wearing my ass out. Selfish mother. Dude, you do. Me, like, there'll be times, like, it would Randall's right, it would print money. Like, there'll be times we'll sit over at Randall's house, and we sit there, and none of us will say a word for 20 minutes, and we're watching the same game, but the same game 3 different ways. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I always laugh at that one. Quarter pounder McDonald's, Whopper, BK, or Dave Single at Wendy's. Ooh, Whopper. I'm going Whopper. The problem with Burger King is that breakfast, they rely on microwaves heavily. And then sometimes the charbroil can be too much. Like, I like it, but sometimes it's like I don't always want to have a hamburger from a barbecue. Does that make sense? I guess it depends on the Burger King. I like quarter pounders, don't get me wrong. You know, my favorite at McDonald's is a double cheeseburger. I will pound double cheeseburgers. I absolutely love them. Now, yeah, Dave Single, dude, Wendy's is money. And I'll give Wendy's credit too. It's very rare that I'll get Wendy's that's bad quality. Very rare. I'll give them credit on that because it's easy to do. Like, especially if you're serving a lot of people. Like, I get it. What Brent say? Yeah, yeah. Like Burger King is a wild concept. Now that chicken sandwich that they have, the sub one, um, I think that one's pretty good. Uh, okay. Oh, Florida State basketball. I haven't even seen that, man. I've got so many games going on. What's the score of that? No, I can find it. Seth, you going double Whopper, double cheese? All right. Yeah, cheese is definitely a must. Randall, he had a Whopper today. There you go. They are good, man. You know what? Burger King doesn't get enough love for their fries either. Burger King's fries are good. Oh, yeah, that's right. Angel Reese does have the McDonald's deal, doesn't she? I forgot about that. I saw that the other day too. It's funny that you brought that up. It's a good partnership. I wonder what they're paying her. Okay, 21-15 Syracuse over Florida State. 7:24 left first. Okay. Not a good night for the Seminoles. There we go. Double cheese, yeah. Solid. It missed the bag. Original chicken. Dude, yes. 100%. That original chicken salad, I think it's number 8. Fire. See, yeah, I'm right there with you. That double cheeseburger at McDonald's is phenomenal. But it's perfect every time. Every time. Ooh, add bacon to the spicy chicken sandwich. I can deal with that. I gotta try that. I haven't ever had that before. Like the bacon added on. So it says up 5 years ago. That's annoying too. Because it's like, come on, man. It's not difficult. And we're not saying anything negative on anybody. But come on, dude. Like, at least get the order right. At least do that. I feel you there. Croissantwiches are good. That's another thing. Yeah. Croissantwiches are fire. Ooh, Tizzle, yeah. Double from In-N-Out. Yeah, it's so weird that, like, I don't know anyone that likes In-N-Out's fries. Anyone. And I say that as, like, you would think someone at In-N-Out, like, it's not like they don't hear this. Like, they just I don't know. They just don't give a shit, I guess. I don't know. Like, apparently there's some kind of economic value in just not caring. I don't know. Yeah, see, I actually, yeah, I'm kind of with you. I actually don't mind that Florida State is down. Like, there's a sentimental value in what they're playing for. I I don't have it in front of me. I don't know what the live total is comparative to what it was pre-tip. Um, but like Florida State's not going anywhere unless pretty much they win the conference, right? And we're not saying it negative, but what I'm saying is the mindset coming out of at a halftime, up, down, regardless, is just go. Your coach is retiring, right? And you have there's nothing to lose. Um, yeah, that might be something to look for. Like I bet pace will speed up, and I bet fouls will go up too. Both sides. Yeah, croissant, because it's so different, right? I agree. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, like Burger King is great. It does not get the love that it should. Zach took Vermont live, half a unit plus 310. All right, what's Vermont doing? All right, 40-31 Maine. Oh, you got a lot of time. Bacon King. Ooh, dude, the strawberry shake that's where it's at. Who has the best breakfast? McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's? McDonald's. Like the croissant, which is fire. You just have McDonald's just beats you on quantity of options. Like you could go the burritos, you could go the bagels, you could go biscuits, you could go pancake. Like I think my answer is McDonald's, and not necessarily that it's better. They just have so much more, right? Go Vegas 2-1. All right, there we go. Yeah, Wendy's biscuit gravy, Chris, dude, you're right. It's like Wendy's. All right, I don't know how many of you have like Hardee's around you. Hardee's breakfast is fire. Like homemade from scratch biscuits, thick ones. Like it's what your grandma would make type food, right? Absolutely fire. But the best part of Hardee's breakfast was actually their burritos, and they always take them away. I have no idea why, but they're absolutely fantastic. But yeah, like Wendy's kind of has that Hardee's feel to it. McDick's kills breakfast. I mean, look, I can't argue with you, right? Like Burger King is much like they get lost in the conversation. They're good. Tried In-N-Out Vegas once. It's overrated. Shake Shack's really good. I like Shake Shack. Yeah, it's so weird with In-N-Out. Like I love their burgers. The fries. Like I don't know anyone that likes the fries, and it's crazy that it's just ignored. Like it's been that way. You know what I mean? Zach, Burger King breakfast by 1,000,009. Edge caught up 23. There we go. Nice. Florida State. They're gonna try the sriracha cheese curd. Oh, dude. Sriracha cheese curds. That sounds fire. Yeah, Burger King breakfast is underrated. Burger King's underrated in general. It's like, okay. Uh ooh, yeah. That one is good. Whataburger's an interesting place. Um Spicy ketchup, patty melt, solid. That obviously isn't breakfast, but the breakfast bowl smash for sure. Whataburgers, I think it's the fried apple pies. Unbelievable, dude. Go to Burger King for lunch so much at work. You had people there. You had a tab going. Shake Shack is the shit. It's good. It's real good. Yeah, McDonald's for the quantity. Like, I agree. Doesn't always mean it's the best quality, but you just have so many options. Like, and it's so easy. You know what I mean? All right. Have I tried Filipino food? A little. Um, a friend of ours, of me and Randall's, he married a Filipino girl, and I've been over to their house, a bunch. Like, it's good. Very like the spice, and I don't mean like spicy, like it's spicy, like the different options. But the spices were fantastic, fantastic, and I think like it's obviously well. I'm going to speak an uneducated answer with it. A lot of what we had were rice based dishes with a meat and vegetables, and dude, fish, like, there were a couple different fish, like, yeah, a little bit. I wish I had more. Pat, give me the answer of, like, for someone who like, if I were diving into it, right? Like, which ways would you send a non-expert? Does that make sense? Um, because the flavoring was on everything that we had was top notch. You know what I mean? And, like, the smell was, like, was great, all of it. Yeah, like, help me out. Like, what would you suggest? French toast. Yeah, I love French toast. Oh, Vegas. Yeah. Dude, Hardee's is on point. Like, I know that Hardee's aren't everywhere, but if you've got them, dude, Hardee's breakfast is money. And everything is oversized too. Like, a large drink, I swear to God, is like a cooler. Like, it doesn't even fit like in your cup holders. You know what I mean? Like, they get it right on that. And their biscuits made from scratch. It's all like it's quality stuff for fast food. Like, yeah, it's definitely last was 3.5 to start. All right, there we go. My girl was too busy to cook and wash. I was yeah somewhere. Probably made a lot of meals. You know what I mean? I was get for breakfast. Oh, nice, dude. There's a Jack in the Box by Randall's house. The Jack in the Box has a lot of options as well. The two tacos, dude. We used to get bags of them, but you have a shot clock on eating those. It gets past 20 minutes, you might, dude, just toss them away. But for those 20 minutes, dude, they're absolute fire. Jack in the Box is solid. It doesn't get enough love. Denny's is good. We have Denny's here in Nashville a lot. Yeah. Denny's is solid. Five Guys is a great burger. Great fries, too. Obviously, you just get a whole damn bag of them. Yeah. Go see it now. I was actually here going, yeah, like that's the tough part, man. Like, it's so weird when they're open. Like, some of them are like full 24 hours. The other ones close at like 6 o'clock. It's the weirdest thing. You know what? They probably should. Like, Taco Bell, they do a lot of great things. I had it once and it was all right. I definitely wasn't going back for it. But like it wasn't bad. But it was just like that's one of those, it's like just stick to what you know. Oh, dude. I'll show you this. Hold on. I'll show you how much you nailed this one. I get them fools to go. Even in a can, I'll eat Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake is money. Like, yeah, like it's a different, it's a dip, it's a diner. You know what I mean? Um, Steak and Shake is great. Their seasoning is great. Everything they like, their milkshakes too. I flipping love Steak and Shake. Gonzaga or St. Mary's. Man, that was the question of the day. Like, how do you guys feel? I feel like we're all pretty much on St. Mary's. What was it? Plus 3.5. Yeah, Steak and Shake fries. Oh, great. It took time. I don't know why Steak and Shake has a drive-through. Like, you're gonna spend 25 minutes sitting there, right? But that's why you go there. Like, that's why you go to eat there, because the quality is phenomenal. every single time. Like, they made it to where it was basically impossible to have, like, bad quality food because they took their time making it, you know? But I always laugh when I see people in, like, the drive-thru. Then I see somebody behind somebody in the drive-thru. I'm like, "Dude, you're gonna be here for an hour. Like, what are you doing?" But I love Steak and Shake. Oh, damn. Yeah, we had them in Nashville. We had, ones in Nashville that closed, a good amount of them. Since Bennett worked a shift at Guthrie's in Athens. Nice! Smart. The mailman. Dude, I like Bennett, man. A good quarterback. Yes. Hey, yeah, I'm telling you, it was great. Um, yeah, Filipino food, and again, I say it as not an expert, but dude, it was fantastic. Like, I'm big on like, I'm not a big spice guy. Like Randall Mims, like he can take down some hot food, like spicy. You know what I mean? I'm not that adventurous with it, but I like the spices and flavorings, and it was, dude, on point every single time. Bro, dude, I swear to God, yes. I do a lot of the shopping stuff at night. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. Um, there's nothing in Nashville that's 24/7. We have a Walgreens. We have one Walgreens in Nashville. It's 24 hours. That's it. Walmart's close at 11. Our grocery stores close at either 9 or 10. And I get it, you know what I mean? But yeah, like after like you hit midnight, good luck. I hope you like candy at Walgreens. Like, that's all you're gonna get. Like here. Um, the mailman, absolutely, dude. Dude, Stetson Bennett, the fourth, baby. I know, I like him, man. I was a big fan of his. He's good. He's a tough son of a gun too. Uh, I don't know. Like it, I stepped back away from those guys because I didn't want to put them in a bad position. Um, anybody like those dudes are great. Like I'll say that. Like I don't want to, I don't want to put anybody in a weird spot, but I love them. Let me say it. Um, let's see. Dude, you're right. I'm telling bro. Spot on. Spot on. Jack in the Box tacos are fire, man. Let's see. This is a betting like this is anything really. Like how do we like are we going St. Mary? It feels like everybody's going St. Mary's. Um, all right, Florida State kind of what is it? 29-25? Yeah, not bad. Like as long as like they get to halftime and they're not blown out, like all is gravy. Because of the second half, they're just gonna just go wild. You know what I mean? Uh, let's see. I've been to Huddle House and they do have good breakfast. Sure. Yep, we got Culver's here in Nashville. Culver's is good. Very hearty. Jack in the crack. Yeah. Uh let's see. Let's see. We'll talk about the breakfast with you. Yeah, like it wasn't bad. And I had friends that liked it. But I could see that it would be like that's a big economic like resource. Like you're spending a lot of money on that. And unless it like absolutely hits. Yes. Bro, from Steak and Shake. You can get them at grocery stores too. But I'm telling you, I flipping love Steak and Shake. Love Steak and Shake. Uh, Big J loves the Wendy's. I love Wendy's chili too. Wendy's chili is fantastic. Fantastic. Now, do you guys go oyster crackers? You go saltines? Uh, bro, it does. Like I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why they have it, and I don't know why people are in a car behind a car. Like, have you been here before? You're gonna be sitting there for an hour. Filipino food, adobo. All right, chicken or pork made in soy sauce and fish sauce. Takes a bit tangy with rice. Palabok, shrimp sauce tossed with rice noodles and top with sitsaron. Did I pronounce that correctly? Chris Fry. See that right there, like that. What you just described, like rice based dishes, lots of you know, original organic flavoring, with a meat protein in it. I like I was just wolfing down the food every time. Half the time, like I wasn't even asking like what it was. You know what I mean? Like it was just fire. Uh Culver's, yeah, I get it. Let's see. Lechon. Okay. Well, this corner guy. Ooh, thank you, sir. That's great. Love, like, hell yeah. Let's see. I love you too. Yeah, like, this show, like we could talk about anything. Um, I do need to check in on baseball. All right. Oklahoma State up 5-0. Top of the fifth. All right, Dallas Baptist. We have to get some runs, boys. What else we got going on? Damn, Wake Forest up 16-6 on Coastal Carolina. LSU up 10-0 on Xavier. Man, what's going on with Oregon State? Their bats have just died. Mm. Tina, I'm gonna need someone to teach me how to make Filipino. All right, I know. Like we're gonna get Pat. Like we're just gonna do a show, like literally of like Pat cooking and teaching all of us. Like I would 1,000,000%. Pat, I'll come to you. Like you lead the show. I'll just film. Yeah. Damn, Ole Miss got its ass whooped 14-5. Wolf. Chipotle rice ball. Oh yeah. Chipotle's great. Um, if anybody gets burritos at Chipotle, pay the 50 cents and get the burrito double wrapped. It's fantastic. And it like because that some Chipotles will load you up with rice and protein. Some of them will skimp. But if you double wrap that thing, yeah. It's a nice insurance policy for 50 cents. Yeah, definitely. And see, the culture is what makes it great because they're recipes that have been being made for generations. So you have the OG, and then also they get adapted as well. Totally. Brett said, "Sorry, Casey, it's my fault. Just doing the fast food later. Oh, you're all right. That's what this show is all about. TCU has 2 out, 2 out. All right, all right. Tiger having surgery today. Yeah, man. th- I didn't see anything from the ESPN report or Tiger's um press release statement about time that he'd be away. It said it was like uh minimally invasive, but anything with Achilles, especially at that age and with history, of injuries. And it's a good let me take a step back. It's Tiger Woods. He's not going to put himself in a corner in terms of putting anything in a statement, and it's smart. I get it. Like to your question, I mean, he'll always be relevant, but as for like competing, probably not. But his name does numbers. His name does numbers. 42 TCU, still 2 on. There we go. Dude, can Maryland tie this up? Top of the ninth. All right, Virginia's up 6-4. Maryland's at the plate, top 9. 1 out. They've got 2 on second and third. They hit 10 runs. So it's now what, 14 straight games? Double digits. Who do you think is having the best free agency in the NFL? Patriots look pretty good. I kind of dig what the Chargers are doing a little bit. Kind of dig what the Raiders are doing a little bit. Patriots, I would say, have gotten like their plan was to like they clearly had an idea of the guys that they wanted to go get. So I'll say them, but you know, I don't know what the Titans released a fan favorite as the punter, Ryan Stonehouse. Titans are crazy. Vikings. TJ, did you say that? Yeah. Yeah, come on, Maryland. Yeah, Tizzle, I'm with you. Chicago Bears are too. Like, dude, I want the Bears. The NFL is better when the Bears are good. Like, the NFL is good when the Bears are good. When the Raiders are good. When the Giants are good. Love a good beef hot dog tossed in ketchup and sandwiched between 2 buns with a splash of ground pepper simmered in a conventional micro. I have never heard that sentence before. I'm down to try it though. All right, a good beef. All right, there we go. Okay, Maryland got a run. All right, 6-5 Virginia, but they sacrificed an out, so there's 2 outs. Runner on third. Ooh. Okay. Okay, Maryland. I'm not good at cooking either. I'll eat it though. Oh, he said I'm trolling. Oh, on the okay. I was like, I never heard that before. Like, I was down to try it. Playoffs at Soldier Field. Yeah, I bet. Like, it's Chicago. You know, Major League Baseball is good when the Cubs are good. It's just one of those cities, man. Any takers on Kirk Cousins? I hear the Falcons will take the infamous player to be named later. Cousins gonna have to come down on that money. Now, I'll give Cousins this though. Go look at his history. Maryland tied it up. There we go. 6-6. Kirk Cousins he's about his money. That dude's done well in that category. But now you're at the point where like you're gonna have to eat a little bit. That number's gonna have to come down. Oh yeah, Portillo. It's gonna be Montana Marley. Montana Marley. Money line parlay minus 103. Look at Maryland coming back, baby. 6-6. Red hot. It was like Fire Green Bay. I know, right? Wouldn't it be weird? Like, for as much as they didn't like each other, Favre was an ass to Rodgers. Man, he was rough on him. Cavs down double digits to that, so they're taking. Wow. How I haven't seen anything on that. How Donovan Mitchell do tonight? Yeah, Tizzle. There we go. Tie ball game, baby. Uh, yeah. Boom. Maryland is crazy. Like, yeah, you know who else? And I don't know how your books in your state are. Um, I would like to get some West Virginia totals. There are a lot of runs being scored in West Virginia games, and I don't ever get the opportunity to bet them. Same thing with Ohio State. We put that on the weather map today. Columbus, the humidity. Ohio State was all over it. Oh wow, he didn't play. Okay, good info. Really would not, bro. I'll say this. I worked for years with Aaron's brother. Both his brothers actually. He's got no look up his. All right, don't go and send the guy messages and stuff. Look up Luke Rogers, Luke Rogers. So he's Aaron's older brother. All right, so Jordan is Aaron's younger brother. Uh, First off, awesome. Jordan Rogers is a fantastic human being. Their whole family, like that's the crazy part. Now I don't put all that on Aaron because I totally get it, but like Jordan Rogers is a fantastic dude. But look up Luke Rogers. So he's Aaron's older brother, and he looks just like him, except he's bigger, and he's hilarious. Like hearing the stories like that would come out from that was, ugh, like it'd make you cringe on both sides. You're like, ooh, this is brutal. Uh, but yeah, Jordan Rogers is fantastic. Uh, he's the only guy that went on a reality show actually looking for love and found it, and like actually got married to JoJo, which she's great too. Like the only people, like that's how good of a person that Jordan Rogers is. Like he's straight up, be completely honest with you, very intelligent guy, funny as hell. Um, yeah, but their older brother Luke is phenomenal. Like he's hilarious. And he looks just like Aaron. So me and Luke went to meet Luke, Jordan, JoJo, and some other we went to a bar called Doghouse in Nashville. This was 4 years ago on Demumbrian, if anybody's familiar. Okay. So it was in the summer, and we all had these like wigs, like these just white trash mullet wigs. I'll find the picture. It's actually on Luke Rogers' Instagram. I've got to download it. So we go, and me and Luke have these just nasty. I mean, they look like Kurt Hennig, like Mr. Perfect mullet, but times 10 and greasy. Okay. So we walk in the bar, and it's in the summer during the day, like a Saturday. It's packed. All right. I think it was during there's some I can't remember what sporting event was going on, but like it was just packed. Okay. So me and him walk up to the bar, and my wig was black. It looked real, like because I had a hat on, right? I just put a hat on over it. And anyways, we walk up to the bar, and we're just talking, like waiting to get a drink. And this older woman beside me, she looks at me with just pure disgust. And I could hear her. She didn't even try to hide it. She like elbowed her husband. She goes, "When they start letting white trash in here." And Luke lost his mind laughing. I did too. It's hilarious. Uh, oh man. Jesse Palmer is a dude. A dude. All right. So Palmer, when he was younger, you remember on ESPN2 when it was him and Musburger that would call the Saturday night games, right? So Musburger, like on Friday night, wanted to go, they're in the college town, right? Wanted to go to a steakhouse, have a steak, cigar, old school gambling guy, right? So they would go. And Palmer, he's young, he's in a great job, right? He played at Florida. He's already been the Bachelor, like doing it right, and and a good person. Like Jesse Palmer's a solid dude, right? So, anyways, so Palmer was telling this story. He goes, "You have no idea." He goes, "You have no idea that Brent Musburger is the greatest wingman of all time." He goes, "We'd be sitting, at a steakhouse, whatever," and he goes, girls would recognize me. He wasn't saying it like as a jerk. He was just saying like, hey, they watched The Bachelor. Like they knew who he was, right? So he goes, people would come over the table and he goes, I wasn't even looking for it. He goes, but Musburger, would just tell awesome stories. Like the girls didn't know who he was at all, but their dads did, right? Like he was like, text your dad. Because she was like, I'm gonna text my mom, and Palmer was like, she was like, is your dad a sports fan? Oh, yeah. Text your dad, you're sitting with Brent Musburger, right? So, like, the dad would write back, like, oh my God, like you're with Musburger, right? So, anyways, so Musburger would get up, pay for everybody, like even like people that just came over, pay for their drinks, whatever. And he was like, yeah, take care of my boy Jesse. And Jesse was like, oh my God. He was like, if I were looking for it, he was like, he's the greatest wingman like of all time. He was like, Musburger's the best. Yeah. Dude, what a great what a great pairing that way. If you were young, like in your career, and you got paired with Brent Musburger, and like he's the number one. He's the Jim Nance. So you just kind of like co-pilot. Oh my God. Like he's so awesome. Because he's seen everything, you know. I've never met it. Yeah, I've met Peyton. I've never met Eli. I've never met Archie. Peyton, I'll tell you something funny. Um, it was the year that Russell Wilson went to Denver. The first year. Okay. So he hadn't played. This is probably August. So Russ hadn't played, but he had been there and been with the team like all summer. And, Peyton's got a ton of houses. He has, one in Southeast Tennessee. Obviously he lives in Denver and he's obviously very close with the Broncos. Right. So, we're at this like charity thing and I was talking to Peyton and I said, hey, I was like, how's Russ doing in Denver? And I swear to God, and he's like, dude, he's like 6'7". You know what I mean? I'll put the video up. Like he was talking and I was like posting a video of like, this is another part of that night. But anyway, so like I had asked him, like just casually, like just talking ball, you know what I mean? Because Peyton's definitely, throw him a cold beer, talk ball. He'll do that all night long. You know what I mean? Tell stories and shit. But I was like, how's Russ doing, in Denver? And dude, his eyes went like that. He goes, ugh, like that. You know what I mean? And like Peyton has an answer for everything. And he was not expecting that question. And he was not like, he just said, you like that. And I said, okay. And he goes, wait. I said, I'm not going to say anything. Don't worry, But like Peyton has an answer for everything. And that's when I started looking into it. I was like, oh, this might not be good. There might be some problem out here. Oh my God. Super Bowl Jackson, I was watching. She's like, I met him. Oh, there you go. Right. Yeah. And I bet like that's the funny part is finding out like who's cool as hell and who is absolutely not. Absolutely not. Michael Irvin's great. He's wild as hell. He's great. Was Roll Titans. Yeah, I did. Dude, I did a lot. So I did backup mascot. Um, a lot of the stuff that was like game day marketing. Okay, so say you go to an NFL game, doesn't matter what team, right? So in between like the commercial breaks, there's stuff going on. You have like a giveaway with like a local shoe company. So, you drag out an inflatable and two lucky fans get to try to throw like stuff like that. And then like halftime shows, not all of them, because a lot of it's like music based. Like, I would have a hand in it. But if it was anything other than music based. So I'll give you a perfect example. It was, I can't remember the year. I think it was 2014. It was Christmas, or it was near Christmas or near Thanksgiving. And we had Brant Snedeker come out and hit golf balls from like the end zone to like, it was almost like Top Golf, but it was just like on the field. We just went and set up all these little holes, right? And he was doing it for like a charity. But me and another guy, like we were like the grunts. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't the guy planning it. You know what I mean? Like I was just the grunt that was down there, like setting up the little holes, running over, like, to Brant, like, hey, Mr. Sedeker, like, here, I'm gonna tell you when to go, right? Like when you hear it like on the ear thing, right? And then the funny part was so that's kind of what I did, like just all grunt work. But that's the best. That's what you want to do, because then you're actually involved with all of these people. You're nobody, like absolutely no one, but you're involved with everybody because you're the one doing the labor, the work around them, right? And anybody that's like a celebrity or something, they treat you good because they know, they're like, oh, this guy's making, $9, an hour or whatever, right? So Snedeker, like he hits all the, the balls. Well, halftime in the NFL game's 12 minutes, right? So he's hitting them, and they were like 10. I don't know. So anyway, so the crowd's cheering, whatever, and he gets done, and they had like a big, like the big check, and all that. Well, me and my dude, like we've got to run and go, not only pick up these holes, but we have to find these golf balls, because it's like we didn't keep track of them, because like we're just watching, making sure like they don't fly into the crowd, right? So if you notice, like in almost any NFL game, like first off, again, halftime's only 12 minutes. Virginia just won. Walk off 7-6 in the ninth. Kickers come out like and just keep practicing. They barely have a halftime at all. They don't care. Like they'll be in between your halftime show, your cheerleaders kicking. Well, I can't remember who we were playing, but like your kicker came running out. And like with the little like holder guy. And I was like, hold on, I gotta find golf balls. He goes, what? But that's what I did. Like it was a lot of stuff like that. And it sounds crazy, but like NFL teams, there's not a lot of people that work there, especially on game days, right? Like, you've got your front office people, but they're all, either on the sideline or whatever, like doing their job. But then you just have like grunts and then security, right? So it was always us in security that were messing around with security guys. If you ever talk to them at a stadium, best stories, like absolutely. The security guys and then the actual like security personnel that like work for the team that aren't like contracted from a company. So yeah, that's what we did. But like everybody kind of does everything because there's just not a lot of people that work there. You know what I mean? So yeah. Um, there you go. It was the most fun. Like it was absolutely the most fun job I've ever had. Now you're not gonna make any money, but like unbelievably fun. Cause it was just so stupid of like everything that you would be doing. Like whenever there would be a primetime game, and this is during the Ken Whisenhunt era. Like team wasn't winning a lot of games, so it'd be like a Thursday night Jags game, right? Well, you have like Irvin and Rich Eisen and all them. Well, for the most part, like you just kind of handle things. People just holler stuff like, "Hey, you guys have any water?" You know what I mean? Like when like NFL Network goes to like a commercial break, and whoever's there, like you just kind of pick up whatever, right? So we would go do that. Well, the Titans mascot is a raccoon, all right, because the raccoon is the state animal. Okay, so his name is T-Rack. Well, T-Rack has a lot of golf carts. It is one golf cart that is all raccoon fur. I swear to God, look it up, like Google it. It's all raccoon fur. Well, anyways, so whenever somebody that's like like somebody is somebody, right, has to go use the restroom, whatever, like they're, on a booth NFL Network booth, like on the field. Well, the bathrooms, you have to leave the field, go up either the visitor's tunnel or the home tunnel, and then, go find a bathroom. And they don't know. You know what I mean? And they're on a time clock, right? So I swear to God, if anybody asked Deion Sanders, this was back when he was doing that. It was Deion, Rich, Irvin. I can't remember who else was on that crew. But long story short, like Irvin and Deion had to use the restroom before the game started, doing pregame, right? They had a longer than normal commercial break. And there's people come in, there's it's hard to walk. But if you have a cart, you could get up and get them there fast and take them back. So I was like, Irvin and Sanders, hang tight. I'll be back in 60 seconds with a cart. I'm going to pick you up. We'll go, and I'll bring you right back. Cool. You don't think about it, if you're them, because that's just how these things go, right? They have no idea who I am, but there's credential, and I can get a cart. So obviously, I'm not a serial killer, right? So it's the only cart was the raccoon cart with fur all over it. And I pull up, I was like, hop in. And they both were like, what the hell is this? I was like, it's the mascot. We don't have time for this. And Irvin started. And then Deion started. I swear to God, if you ever run into either of those guys, ask them about it. They'll say, yeah, I rode a stupid wreck. And then we're going up the tunnel, and I'm hitting the little horn, which is just like a kid's horn, a Fisher Price, And people look back, they're like, what in Christ is this? And I'm just cutting turns. Oh, my God. There's so many funny stories. It's so stupid. But it's just it's just what that world is, man. It's just insane. Bring it. Dude, Irvin's awesome. Awesome, dude. I'm a huge Michael Irvin guy. Hey, man, on over 10. So there we go. There we go. Okay. All right. We've got an hour and 15 minutes. I'll let you guys get out of here. All right. We'll be live 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Dude, I love these. I hope that you guys do too. And anytime anybody ever has it, we can talk about anything. Talk about the brand. We live bet games. If you have your own YouTube channel, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, you want, if you have questions, advice, anything, anything's on the table. Fast food for sure. So, yeah. All right. Everybody, y'all are the best. Thank you so much. The brand is in great hands. Thanks to you all. And it's going up, up, up. So, all right. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you in the morning. Peace. Who's got it better than us?